Jack would have finished drawing our grandiose Galactus tale, and the world would be a better place because of it. Now hang in there, true believers, because here comes the punchline. Sure enough, when I returned to the mighty Marvel offices, there was Jolly Jack with the Galactus artwork all complete. And what artwork it was! I felt it surpassed anything he had done till then. I told him it was superb, sensational, spectacular. And then, before running out of S words, I stopped, for I saw something I had not expected. Something that nearly knocked me out of my chair. There, in the middle of the story we had so carefully worked out, was a nut on some sort of flying surfboard. "Okay," said I, ever calm and reasonable, ever willing to give the other guy the benefit of the doubt. "Obviously your mind was wandering when you drew this irrelevant little bit of whimsy. How long will it take you to erase it?" Jack gave me one of his famous Kirby-esque glares. "Nope, I wasn't kidding when I drew him, Stan. I just figured a guy as powerful as Galactus ought to have his own personal herald, someone to fly around and find planets for him to gobble up. So that's who he is. I gave him the flying surfboard 'cause I'm tired of drawing spaceships." Well, the more I looked at the figure on the flying board, the more I liked him. But I realized something that perhaps Jack himself hadn't been fully aware of. I detected a nobility in the way Jack had drawn him, a feeling of worthiness, of goodness, I might as well say it, of spirituality. As drawn by the genius of Jack Kirby, he was far more than merely some goofy stooge for the main supervillain. To me, he was honor and virtue personified. And that was the way I knew I had to write him. Now, about his name. I honestly can't remember exactly how he was named or which of us actually named him, but I think it probably happened like this. Jack referred to him as something like the Flying Surfer, but I felt his name should somehow reflect the nobility I was just talking about. To make him really unique, as if a guy who streaked through the cosmos on a flying board wasn't unique enough, I decided to have him colored silver. And after that, the name was obvious. The Silver Surfer. And there you have it. If Jack hadn't decided that a gent like Galactus needed a herald to find him his planets, the world today might be Silver Surferless, a consummation devoutly to be regretted. And I guess if I hadn't decided that he should be treated like more than just a flying sidekick, he'd just have joined the endless gallery of offbeat characters that come and go and are eventually forgotten. Perhaps there's a lesson in all this. Perhaps it shows us the value of collaboration. But even more important, it shows the value of being lucky enough to have collaborated with a talented titan like Jack King Kirby. Excelsior! Stan Lee. Part 1. Origin. The Silver Surfer by Tom DeFalco. Based on a story by Stan Lee. Under different circumstances, Daryl Walker might have been amused to see his face reflected in the gleaming object. Quick-witted and fast with a laugh, Daryl usually could find the humorous side of even the most depressing situation. The present one, however, taxed even his good nature. The object his face reflected in was a switchblade, and it was swooshing toward his unprotected heart. 3 weeks shy of his 14th birthday, Daryl knew he wouldn't survive to see it. Daryl had committed an unpardonable offense. Instead of directly heading home after school, as per his mother's standard instructions, he'd hustled over to the video arcade on 56th Street with Sammy Rosen. The two boys had squandered the hours, along with every cent they had, mastering the finer subtleties of Deluxe Super Combat 3. The sun was still shining when Daryl split from Sammy, but only barely. That's when Daryl made his first mistake. Instead of taking the long way home, down 58th for 4 blocks and left on Buscema Avenue until he hit 70th, he opted to take the shortcut through Kirby Park. Everybody in the neighborhood knew better than to enter the park after sunset.